All right, welcome to the New Equity Network show here, broadcasting to you live on 1160 KVCE, the Dallas-Fort Worth Business Authority. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Ed Baxter, my co-host, is here, and we've got a special in-studio guest for you later on. But first, let's bring on Dennis Calvert, President, CEO, Largo, BioLargo.com, and I believe the symbol is BIOL. You're going to want to watch this because this thing is amazing. All right, Dennis, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Michael. The symbol's BLGO.
BLGO. Sorry about that. All
there
right.
you go. No problem.
Thank
Glad
you.
to be here, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. All right, Dennis, your first time on the show, you've got an amazing product. I want you to give us a little background on yourself first, the man steering the ship, and then let's get right into your technology. I can't wait to get started.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Perfect. So, sure, I'm a serial entrepreneur. And I just love being involved in projects that have significance and purpose. And I had the good fortune to meet this inventor named Ken Code. Ken and I connected, it's been almost a decade ago. And Ken described some discoveries that he'd made and sort of this passion to go out and make a difference with innovative technology that would make life better and make clean water affordable, and this really big vision. And he described his journey of discovery in the science. He made a series of discoveries that we thought had impact for the world. And so we set out on a mission. And so, the driver here is two things. It's impactful significance, and it's an opportunity that really can span the globe with disruptive technology that can make a difference in the lives of people. So
Right.
It's a powerful combination. Right?
You're in a $360 billion water industry, and let's dive into the technology. What are you doing that's completely separating you from the rest of the people out there?
Yeah, thank you for that. So, that's the key, really. We're a science company, and so when you peel back the covers and you look at our company very carefully, what you'll see is a long, arduous process of validating and inventing to develop patent-protected innovation technology that we believe is a disruptor, right? It's a thing that can change the way people think about and do the process of treating water and make it affordable and clean for people to drink as well as industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the core of our company is a discovery. And what we discovered is that we could combine some very basic components that people widely understand, like oxidation chemistry, that's an iodine, or electricity, everybody knows what that is, or filter media. And we made a discovery and patented this discovery that you could actually take those three things, combine them, take oxidation chemistry and coat the surface of a membrane like a filter, add an electric current to a field across this membrane. And what we're able to do, and what we've confirmed through research at the University of Alberta, is that we're able to exponentially raise the oxidation potential across that surface. And then we do it at such a low power and such a high level of oxidation potential that as water flows through the filter, it actually converts the filter into a reactor and dismantles the contaminants in a very rapid flow capability. Okay?
Okay.
Now, that is a game changer, because what you're really talking about is very low power and very high efficiency of taking out very difficult contaminants, whether it's living things like bacteria or whether it's organic molecules like acids and sulfurs and ammonias and some of these things, solvents, endocrine disruptors, pharmaceutical byproducts. It's the ability to take those things out of the water at a very rapid, low-cost basis that really is the foundation of our technology.
Now, I understand there is a differential between the way you're purifying water and other people in your industry sectors are purifying water. What is that difference?
Yeah, right on. So what happened is it's really almost 3 years ago, and it's crazy how long it takes and how much money, really. It's just when you come out and you say, I'm going to go make a difference in the world, you better saddle up. You got to, it's a hard pull, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is we decided that the only way our small company would be able to compete was to position ourselves as credible at the highest level. So we ended up in a cooperative research relationship at the University of Alberta in which we could take our science into validation work with the top science researchers from industry. So we were invited into a research project that was sponsored by a federal grant through INSERT, which is an engineering grant, with the top 5 oil companies in the Water District and Environment Canada and Sustain Canada. And we began a process of really focusing first on the oil sands produced water. That's the tailings ponds associated with oil sands. And that there's 1 billion cubic meters on the ground, right? It's some people think of it as one of the most significant ecological disasters in the Western Hemisphere. Okay,
right.
And so we came into that project with this idea that there are technical answers. We just have to find out an economically viable way to solve the cleanup of taking care of those tailings ponds. Well, that's where we started. It's probably one of the most difficult tests for water in the world. We were chosen because for a couple of reasons. One is our inventor is in Edmonton, so there's a lot of familiarity there. They knew who he was. And he had this brilliant idea and some of these discoveries where this technology might make an impact. Okay, well, that's led to the creation of a full research team. We're pushing 10-plus grants now. We've built out a whole research center, and we're taking that core invention from that early sort of thought into reality with multiple designs and multiple validations where we can take all sorts of contaminated water and use the same technique to extract these very difficult contaminants to manage. So what's the big difference? Well, it's a couple. We have some pretty bold claims. One is that from a disinfection perspective, we did a test where we took a sample of salmonella in highly concentrated water, the kind of water that you use for processing poultry in a food processing plant. And we were able to dismantle or eliminate 10 million salmonella cell counts, 10 million cells, in about a 2-minute contact. Well, that's about 100 times more effective than the standard treatment regimen that's commonly used in the industry, like a chlorine dioxide. So a 10 million cell versus 100,000 cells, 2 minutes versus 60-minute contact, and those results are referred to by the researchers as unprecedented levels of advanced oxidation. So that's a big deal. You're talking about a 100-fold increase.
Right.
And when you look at the time, of course, you're talking about, as we say, 10 times faster, and in many cases, at least 1/20th the cost. So what we're proposing to industry is that we have a breakthrough discovery that allows you to achieve this extremely high oxidation potential. Now, oxidation potential is this idea of like fire burns wood or salt air rusts an anchor. It's this chemical dismantling or destruction across this membrane. And so what we're basically bringing to the water industry is this extremely high oxidation, very fast, and very low cost. That's a differentiator.
1/20th the cost, and like you said, 2 minutes versus 60 minutes is amazing. So I could see this going across multiple platforms. Are you saying that if you went out to a saltwater disposal plant or, say, a mining tailing pond with arsenic in it, you can turn that into potable water?
Well, you can, yeah. So the question, so the water's a tricky business. It's there's all different levels of treatment that the industry is looking for. In some cases, you want to treat it to a potable water. Others, you want to make it ready for recycle reuse.
Right.
Others, you want to make it suitable for ag water. Some you just want to discharge back to source. So each one of those industry segments has a different target and a different level of treatment required to sort of meet the tests for suitability for commercialization, right?
Yeah.
But sure, fundamentally, what we are offering to the industry is this extremely high oxidation potential. So what that means is we compete with things like ozone, UV, chlorine, hydrogen peroxide. There's a common technique called Synton reagents, which is very high oxidation potential reagents. And in all of those cases, we did side-by-side testing in tackling some of the most difficult contaminants like acids from the byproducts of oil and gas production, or we're working with things like DTEX, which is the aromatics that come off of a fracking job. And in all those cases, what we're able to show in this proof of claim testing as we're heading into pilots, because that's where we're at. We're at the pilot phase. We're now working on scalability of design, okay? And what we've been able to show is this extremely high rate of destruction, the ability to tackle and remove those contaminants from a stream of water at a level that is unprecedented.
Got it. We've got to go to a commercial break, but before we do, please, contact information for you and
Sure.
Stock symbol.
Yeah, so the symbol is BLGO, Largo, BLGO. The phone number is 949-643-0600. 9540. I'm extension 1. More than happy to speak with anyone who has inquiry.
Great. BioLargo.com. We'll be back on the other side of this break with Dennis Calvert, President, CEO, BioLargo, and special thanks to Uptick Newswire for the introduction. We'll be right back.